Go for it.
So in my pros, the previous slide is the U.S. Constitution. Legal abortion is safe. Abortion reduces crime, mental health of women, and rape victims. So according to abortionprocon.org, a certified website, the U.S. Supreme Court has declared abortion to be a fundamental right guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution. The landmark abortion case Roe v. Wade, decided on January 22nd, 1973, in favor of abortion rights, remains the law of the land. The 7-2 decision stated the Constitution gives a guarantee of certain areas of zones of privacy, and that the right of privacy is broad enough to encompass a woman's decision whether or not to terminate their pregnancy. So any woman should have a right to either if they want to keep their baby or to not. What is Roe v. Wade? According to Britannica, a legal case in which the U.S. Supreme Court on January 22nd ruled that unduly restrictive state regulation of abortion is unconstitutional. The court held that a state of Texas statutes criminalizing abortion in most instances violated women's constitutional right of privacy. So the 10 Amendments, we always that's our right. We should have the right to choose whether we want to abort the baby or not, which are found to be implicated in the liberty guaranteed of the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without the due process of law. Legal abortion is safe. Access to legal, professionally performed abortions reduces maternal energy and death caused by unsafe, illegal abortions. According to Daniel R. Mitchell, an MD, chair of the Department of OB and Gyno at the Keek School of Medicine, University of Southern California, before abortion was legalized, women would frequently try to induce abortions by using coat hangers, needles, or radiator flush, which is a chemical that people put in cars. So they would use it against themselves, so they would get sick and the baby would die internally. Or by going to unsafe back alley abortionists. So people would go to back alleys and ask someone to physically harm them so that the baby would unfortunately die. In 1972, there were 39 maternal deaths from illegal abortion. By 1976, after Roe v. Wade had legalized abortion nationwide, this number dropped to 2. The World Health Organization estimated in 2004 that unsafe abortions caused 68,000 maternal deaths worldwide each year, and many of those in developing countries where safe and legal abortion services are difficult to access. Abortion reduces crime. I found this fact very strange and odd, but it does. According to Robert J. Barrow, is a professor of economics at Harvard University and a senior fellow of the Hoover Institution. A new study contends that falling crime in the 1990s is due to the rise in abortions after Roe v. Wade. According to a study co-written by the Freakonomics co-author Stephen D. Levitt, a PhD, and published in the peer-reviewed Quarterly Journal of Economics, legalized abortion has contributed significantly to recent reductions. After 18 years after abortion was legalized, crime rates began to drop abruptly, and crime rates dropped earlier in the states and allowed abortion earlier. Women who have abortions are the most at risk to give birth to children who would engage in criminal activity, and women who had control over the timing of childbearing were more likely to raise children in optimal environments. Crime is reduced when there is an access to legal abortion. By you bringing a child into such a horrible or a harmful situation, they're less likely to become who you are. For instance, if someone that deals drugs and you're brought into that household, you're most likely going to do it if that's what statistics say. Mental health of women. According to procon.org, women who receive abortions are less likely to suffer mental health problems than women denied abortions. In September 2013, a peer-reviewed article study comparing the mental health of women who receive abortions to women denied abortions found that women who were denied abortions felt more regret and anger and less relief and happiness than women who had abortions. The study also found that 95% of women who received abortions felt it was the right decision a week after the procedure. And this is a picture just saying that we should keep abortion safe and legal. So the pros for rape victims. A lot of people feel very strongly about this topic. According to National Alliance to End Sexual Violence, a site that is statewide anti-sexual violence organization, know well the vital role played by the federal government in their work and the work of the police and prosecutors. They also understand that this assistance exists under constant threat. We know that at least 1 to 5% of sexual assaults results in pregnancy. In 2008, the Supreme Court of California upheld that pregnancy resulting from rape constitutes great bodily harm, great bodily injury. If after exploring all of her options, a victim of any form of sexual violence decides that she cannot go through with the pregnancy resulting from the crime, we should not add any hurdles or barriers to this process. Victims should use their voice and choose on their own whether they want to keep fighting or not. Congress and the federal government should cease using the term forcible rape in any context, including abortion legalization, because the term limits our understanding of both the nature and extent of sexual violence in our nation. Amanda's going to talk about the cons.
Okay, one second.